Welcome back. Hopefully you watched my first video and you said, you know what, I can't get enough of her. Let's find out what she did this year and what she's planning on for next year. If not, my name is Vicky, StitchNButton. I'm QNVIKKI on Instagram and also StitchNButton Crafts on Instagram. I am dedicating this video to wrap up the 2018 year in stitchy business and sort of lay out some plans, best laid plans and intentions. How's that? Still have this cup of coffee from Candace from the last video. Still working on it. It's a big mower. Alrighty. Ooh, told you, big steps. In my last video, I said one of the things I do intend on starting is scary one, because hashtag Audrey is a scary one. So that will be started next year. I'm not quite sure exactly when, because she was so gracious to make fun of me and say I was a crybaby and that I could choose, so I didn't whine. Yeah. Anyway, what did I do this year? Well, I did have a bunch of finishes, which I'm not going to get into that. But I do have some WIPs and stuff that are left over, and started this year and started 10 years ago, and so I tried to make some plans. It took me days to figure out what I was going to do, and I'm still not quite sure, but I've got a path to go on. First thing I wanted to hit on was the cross stitch throwdown. Okay, I entered the cross stitch throwdown from Gigi and Stitches, Ginger. Who else was in it? Kansas City Girl in Colorado World, Andrea, Michelle Bendy Stitchy, and the Unfinished Stitcher on Instagram, who is my friend Jay Long. So the 5 of us decided to do this cross stitch throwdown when Ginger decided she wanted more people to get in her crazy. And there was, we took on 25. I know that a lot of us did not, I don't think any of us did the whole entire goal. I don't even know, Ginger, did you do all 50? I ended up finishing 12 of the 25. One of them I gave up on, which was the Here Lie My Needles. And I showed you guys that, what I did with the little fox, and I called that done and sent it on. I have another one that I may finish before the end of the year, and that's Frankenboo. So, 12 out of 25, that's not too bad, though. There's some smalls and a couple of big ones, like the lemons, limes, and more. I'm looking at notes. I have notes all over the place, so you're going to have to deal with me not always looking at the camera. You can look at this. Anyway, so, I don't think I did too bad. I wish I would have got more done, obviously, but that didn't happen. You try, right? Alright, my WIPs. What do I have started already? I have a huge pile here. Alright, let's go bag by bag, right? Okay, in here, lay it out. This is what I call my great ugly bag, a makeup bag. It's great because it has like all kinds of pockets and zippers and stuff. In here is something I almost forgot that I started, because I could have finished it already had I realized. But I started this on the plane back from my mom's last month in November. And it's A Little Beach by Lizzie Kate. Not a little bitch, a little beach. And all I had done was the word beach and some of that bird. I had not worked on it because I totally forgot about it. I will show you a picture. It came with the fabric and any buttons or stuff that's supposed to go on it, but I had to provide the flosses, and I used all Victoria Moda Victoria Moda silks. And this is what it sort of is going to look like. I chose some different colors, but that's cute. This one's got a couple beads there and a starfish. And I'm pretty sure the colors I chose will be fine with those color beads. If not, I have beads to deal with. This is under intentions. After that one's done, I want to get this one done, because this is also a small one. I think, did I start this one too? No, I didn't start that one. I didn't think so. Alright. So that's under plans. So those two. That shouldn't take too long to do. A little beach and then a little coffee. So that's very feasible to get done. One, I'm going to leave this one till next. Or last or whatever. Not right now. In here is Neighbor Ray. This is Neighbor Ray. That's a post-it note. This is Neighbor Ray. It's by the Trilogy. It's one of those little cards. I don't have that exact spoon, but I think I have a spoon that will be just fine for this. He's got a huge nose. Again, I didn't use all the called for colors. I used some of my own that were close enough for me. And I had to restart him. I actually pulled out a whole nother piece of fabric because I didn't like the fabric I originally started on. So I had restarted him, and this is how much I've gotten done on him. I'm doing his big bottom. I haven't worked on him for a while either. But he's there, and I definitely want to get him finished by the end of the year. That is definitely one of my gotta get that finished WIPs. It's got some threads. Next. What is that? Oh, that's just one I kitted up. I'm not sure when I'm going to start that one, so I'm not even putting that in. I'm not even throwing that in the mix. This is another bag. I think anybody remember Caldor? Used to be like the Target. Not so much Target. It was like a high-class Kmart. That's what I would call it. Anyway, I bought this way back then at Caldor. I bet you it was like $10. I don't remember. In South Philly. Okay. What is next? Oh, I have some good news too. Excited. I was excited last night. I was going through stuff. And because I have dimensions kits that I didn't want to use the Ada, I had to pick out new fabric for her, and I found some. I'll show you. This is Liberty Tree. I think it's time I just get this done, so hopefully I can put this in the mix and make myself get this done. That's how much I got done on it. I think the fabric is from Silk Weaver, and it's probably a 32 count Lugana, probably. I could be wrong. It's definitely an even weave though. Soft. And a really cool color. And then I also have here America. Right now it just says, ugh, it's got an E. And that's going slower because that's over 1. 1 over 1. And I did that because I really wanted to do it in a red, white, and blue. And at the time when I was kitting up, I only had one skein of this red, white, and blue from Dinky Dyes. So I said, well, I'll have to do it 1 over 1. So those two I would like to get done. Those are by M Designs. I don't have the original pictures in here. I just have the working copies. But those are by M Designs. The whole tree series that she did, I had a whole bunch of those. But these are the only two. I did Christmas. I have to put buttons on that and get that framed. And Halloween's hanging in my hallway. I have... This was a cool bag. I can't even find these anymore. These ones are Donna Sharp. Gina and I each got one. I think they were like $20 at the farm show up in Pennsylvania years ago. And boy, were we kicking ourselves. We should have bought like at least two each, because it's got all this and a zipper part. So in here I have some kits that I'll eventually do, but not right now. And one thing that I had started. This one is called Winter Wonderland, and it's from Mill Hill. That's what it should look like when it's done. I'm not putting the bunny. Not crazy about the bunny. Don't want the bunny on it, so it's not going there. But this is what I'm trying to figure out which way is up. Hold on. This way is up. Okay. That's what where I'm at with that. This is like the space between, it's a tree between the other two trees. And there's a lot of beads that go in between there. And this was going a little bit slower because it is on perforated paper, and it's 3 strands. A lot of it's 3 strands, so you know it goes a little bit slower. Well, you can't do a pin stitch on perforated paper. So that's that. That was started as part of the cross stitch throwdown that I didn't do. And next, my next one is, I don't have the chart. The chart's over there. I'm gonna get it, but this is called Good Friends. It's by Sue Hillis, and it will say, "Good friends make each other laugh. Really good friends go for the snort." I ended up doing this one over 1. I don't have too much left. There's a row of flowers that I'm not putting in there. And I have a couple letters up here and some flowers, a little bit of flowers here, and then there's like a big pig nose here. So there's not too much left on that, but whenever I end up doing over 1, I always seem to go a lot slower. I don't know how you guys just pump out the over 1 stuff. And that one's in my Frida bag. Alright. Oh, I started coughing during the last video. I'm tired of it. These allergies are killing me. Excuse me. Okay. My next one that I'd like to get done. I know that somebody charted out the name correctly, the Wardwell name correctly on Salem Remembered. I don't have the chart out with me, the original chart, to show you a picture, but it's Salem Remembered. And that one is by, why can't I remember the name? Stop hollering at me. I know you know who it is. And it just fell on the floor. I don't know. Is it Prairie Moon? Is that her name? I think it's Prairie Moon. Anyway, I didn't get too much done. Again, this is 1 over 1, so it goes nice and slow. And I was supposed to work on this for a sale, and I just couldn't push myself to do it. And I did this 1 over 1, and I know I could probably do it a lot faster if I were to do a 2 over 2, but it'd be so huge because the list is so long. So that's why I ended up doing it 1 over 1. So it's just slow. And this is going to be an ongoing WIP, right? Slow and steady wins the race, or eventually, whenever you feel like. Ain't nobody got time to be aggravated. It'll get done eventually. Alright, running out of places to shift things around. Okay, another one that I'll be working on. Do I want to talk about that one now? Yeah, it's a full coverage, and it's the Starry Night by Realist. It's the kit. Jay Long and I started this one, and I have been keeping it rolled up, sort of bendy stitchy style, and I started in the bottom right corner, and this is all I've gotten done on that. But I figured I'd work my way up these few columns, these rows, columns. These few columns, I'd work my way up and do all the way to the top, and then, you know, roll this in and roll this out and continue working all the way across. Because this is so stiff, this fabric, it sort of just stands, so it's kind of easy to work in hand. And my in-hand stitching is not good. I don't know how you guys do in-hand stitching. It looks so nice. Mine always look wonky, so not always, but most of the time, especially if it's soft fabric. So that's one that I'm definitely, I can't say that I'm going to finish that this year, but I definitely want to work on it. I've been getting the itch to work on my full coverage ones every time I watch some people. I know Lisa Silver Stitcher and Jules are always doing stuff like that. Alright, here's another one. Look at this bag. I forgot I had this. I went to go look for another something in my bag of my bin of bags, and I found this. Frank and his daughter bought this for me for my birthday or Christmas a couple years ago, and I was using it as a purse, but it's so floppy that I ended up giving up on it as a purse, and I put it away, and then I found it, and I decided to put Space Traveler in it. Space Traveler has not gotten any love since I started it. It's still just those few stitches. That's the Anchor Black that I'm doing 1/1 on, I do believe this is 25 count. It's either 22 or 25. It's an Ada, and it's really small. So, Space Traveler, this is the one, out of print, retired, whatever you want to call it. That one. And I have a couple stitches in this corner. And like I said before, this is the mini. I really wish I would have got the full size, but at least I got something before it disappeared. So, I'll be happy with it. And since I was able to get all that Anchor Black, that really helped a lot. Alright. Another WIP. This one is my Edgar Allan Poe Nevermore by the Witchy Stitcher. And you can get this on her Etsy site. Etsy site? She's still on Etsy? I know she's got... I'll have to look up and I'll write it down. Where's my notes? Got tons of notes. I'm gonna write that down so I could find our site for you, in case you want to check her out. Alright, this is that great fabric from Vicki Clayton. It's a little bit darker than what's showing there. Ooh, it's a lot washed out. See? Huh. Anyway, it's still darker than that. But I haven't worked on him for a while either. I need to. He's got all that hair up top. Only got 3 more letters though, so that's a good thing. And the bottom's totally done. It's just the top of his head and those couple of letters. So definitely need to get him done for this year. I'd like to get him one and done. He's in this cute little bag from Avon that my mom sent me years ago. Isn't that cute? Like an envelope. Alright, what's next? My Dimensions sale. So there's a hashtag Dimensions sale, 2 S's there, on Instagram, and I decided to do animal magnetism, as you guys know, and this was my progress on it. I have not worked on this either since the last time I showed this, but that's where I'm at with it, and I'm going to continue to work on this throughout the year, and I will show you what my plans are in a little bit about the Dimensions stuff. I've got plans. That's Dimensions. Now there's 2 ladies here that need to be shown that haven't seen the light of day in forever. Okay, this one, Midsummer Night's Fairy. I'm surprised the chart's in there. I should go put it away somewhere. It's getting a little wrinkled. Anyway, that's her in all her glory. And this is her still sitting in timeout because apparently I didn't know how to count when I was doing the bottom of her dress. Looks great, doesn't it? Yeah, all that purple has to come out. Something got messed up terribly in there, and I just can't finagle it to make it work. So all the purple needs to come out. I hope none of the green needs to come out. Let's just put it that way. So, got her skirt mostly done. And I was starting to move up here. I don't like using the Krynic so much, so what I do is I do a little bit of Krynic and then some DMC, then some Krynic and then some DMC to go back and forth. In case you missed any of the other ones that I've shown her with, she had a little accident, meaning that my kids were unsupervised in the house for more than 5 minutes, and when I was in Philly, 2007, my son and his friend were playing around and thought it'd be a great idea to throw sweet and sour sauce packets from McDonald's around the house, because they're jerks, and one exploded, and I didn't realize it. I mean, I saw some on the counter, but I didn't realize it got down into my bag. Yeah, sweet and sour sauce on it. So I talked to Vicki Clayton, and she's like, I could fix that. She said, if I can't get it out to where it's stained, then I could at least re-dye it in that area if I need to. And she did. She got the sweet and sour sauce out. I could have killed them, because I had a lot of work done even then. She's been worked on for a while. Okay. She was started for a while. She hasn't been worked on nearly enough. Obviously, she should be done. But I have a plan for that too. There's plans. So that's Midsummer Night's Fairy, and then there's another lady that has not seen the light of day in a minute. And maybe it's good, because maybe she'd melt. This one is Ice Angel from Ice Angel from Lavender and Lace. I think my issue with this one was my own fault, because I decided to use rayons on her for the white instead of just plain white to give her a little bit more oomph, and it's a pain in the ass to work with. That's how much I've got done. You like her hiney? Because that's all that is. Angel butt. Angel butt. That's it. And the linen, I think it's the called for linen for both of them. Believe it or not, I think I was doing all the called fors at the time. There's another Caldor bag. So, I have plans for those ladies, and we'll get to that in a minute. Alright, moving right along. I have Night Wizard. He's actually been worked on this year. I made some pretty good progress because I think in the beginning of the year, I forgot about him for a while, but in the beginning of the year, only like this cuff was done and his hand in the book. But I've since added all that purple, all that blue, and even across here and started the candle, and that's part of a dragon. So he got some work done on him this year. Not too bad, not too neglected. And like I said, this is the last, well, I said previous videos, this is the last in a 4-part series from Dragon Dreams. Because there was 2 wizards, there were 2 wizards and 2 fairies. And I did the other 3, so they're waiting so I can frame them all in the same frame. They're waiting for him. Next. Okay, let me pull this bag up. Told you I had some stuff. Okay. Next one. It's the one that has my Bitsy Bob from That's So Kelly. Because it's only got 3 colors, so it's easy to... Wow. Right, obviously I'm just using dark blue right now. But this is One Nation. It's by Bygone Stitches. I think I used Creek Bed Brown by R&R for my fabric. I'm really liking this color. It's a little bit browner than, like a warmer brown than what's showing up. But that's where I've gotten on that. This one's at hashtag BA Nation that Catty Sue Cat and I had agreed upon. If you're working on it, go ahead and hashtag it, because I'm following the hashtag to see who else is working on it. I know there's a few people. It should look like this. Catty, Cat, you've got not too much left to do. She's almost done. She's doing 2 at a time. And I think she's only got the last couple of rows left to do. One for her mom, one for her. And this is what it'll look like when it's done. Hopefully. So I definitely want to work on that. Obviously. I've had this kitted since it first came out. I think we decided it was like 10 years ago. Fabric, floss, the whole 9 yards. It's been sitting there kitted, and I was like, finally, I said, you know what? It needs to be started. So it started. Definitely want to work on that this year. I don't know if I'll finish it, but I definitely want to work on it. And my friend Gina got these beads, seagull beads. Mine. I made her one, and I made me one. Mine from Nemo. I figured it went with the sailboats and the whales. Do you speak whale? Okay. Next. What do we have here? Olivia Okra Leaf from Silver Creek Samplers. She's pretty. I don't think I used all of the call for colors. I think I picked out a lot of what I want. I do what I want. But I haven't worked on her in a while. Wonder Woman's on her. I think I have some needleminders, huh? Wonder Woman's on this one. That's as far as I got. It shouldn't take that long, right? But it does for some reason. I don't know why. This is Kale. This is the color Kale. It's from Vicki Clayton. Again, I'm really sad that she's no longer dying. Missing her. Miss being able to go visit her. She's in Pennsylvania. Which is fun. So that's her. Now, next. Oh, and stay tuned because I'm going to have more bags that are something like this with these panels. I just haven't gotten around to make them yet. I have a whole bunch of different kinds of panels. But this I made for myself. And this one's going to have, I haven't even started this one yet, so we're gonna wait on that one. Hold please. Haven't started these ones. Okay, so those are my WIPs. That's my WIPs. I have, oh, there's one more. Let's Do Coffee. And that's why I waited on this one because one of my plans, here's Let's Do Coffee. This is Erica Michaels. I think it's Imaginating. That's all I've got done on her. I am doing it 1/2 on 36 count. Vicki Clayton Silks and Vicki Clayton Fabric. That's what it looks like. It's gonna be cool. Alright. I've been trying to plan out how I'm gonna get all the stitching done that I want. And I figured why not get, make, or follow motivators, right? So one of the things I want to do is I want to start a coffee sale, a coffee design sale. I have a ton of coffee designs. I have one started here. I have another little one that I'm going to do. I got this great coffee bag from my friend Connie. And I'm going to make coffee bags too. That's on my list for next year to make. Anyway, so I have a bunch and I want to do a coffee sale. And I'll put the information below, but I want to call it, Gina and I were mulling it over, and we like OMG Coffee Sale. So if you have a coffee design, you want to stitch a coffee design, you start stitching a coffee design, or if you just want to see our coffee designs, hashtag OMG Coffee Sale. Coffee. Now, so I'm going to start that one. Hopefully people will follow suit. Be great. Join me because I need help. I need help getting stuff done. Oh! There was a couple more things. There were a couple more things. I had gotten this from Michelle Bendy, and the only thing that needed to be done on this is the back stitching, so I'm going to do it in 3-3-7-1. I mean, there's already back stitching done. I found a picture online that I'm going to have to like just blow up. I figure on my tablet I'll blow it up and just figure out where most of the back stitching is. And, you know, if you can't fix it, feature it. Do the best I can with it. Because I think that'll be really cool. And I have outhouses in my bathroom, my hallway bathroom. I think that'll be cool. Thank you again, Michelle. No, I have not done the back stitching on it. It's in this little bag waiting. Little nondescript bag. So that's another thing I'm going to get done this year. This is a UFO. This is why these were in here. These were UFOs that I know I have not done a darn thing on. This one is filthy. I don't really even like it anymore. But I got to do it. because I got so far on it. This is Mary Engelbright, and I don't have the picture of it here. I just have the working copy. It's been sitting. I started this. I didn't write it down. I had the book, the hardback book, and I started it before 2007. Before I left Philly, because I was doing it in Philly. And I'm going to show you some of the pattern here. It had this whole floral border going around it on top of this checker border. And I wasn't crazy about the floral border, so I had already decided just to do the checkers around it. And it's a cottage. So what I need to do is finish the top of the cottage and the trees. It's basically a full coverage all within there. It's crazy. And I guess this is when I first started up stitching again. So this is years old. This is 18 count Aida, and there was masking tape on it that I've since taken off, but there's plenty of room. When I first cut this fabric, I cut it for the border and everything, and the more I started stitching on it, the less I wanted to do the floral border. Anyway, wasn't crazy about it, and why do all the work if I don't like it? So I do want to finish it. I'm determined to finish it. But I don't know if I'll finish it this year, but I would like to show it a little bit of love. Get some more stitches in that. Maybe I can just get it out of the way. Another one is called At the Break of Day. It's in a magazine. And I just printed out the pages. It's a New Stitches magazine, issue 45. It's this rooster. Just the picture. There you go. This rooster, I'm not a big chicken lover like Chelsea and them are, but for some reason this rooster called to me. He's very colorful. Got all the DMC. This is when I used to bobbinate. I don't bobbinate anymore. One of these days I will do a video and show you how I do my floss. And this is, I don't even know which way is up on this. Hold on. Here, this way is up. That's all I've gotten done. I think that's a chicken ass. It's a rooster ass. So, another butt. It's all about the butt, right? And then there's one more that I had put away for right now. This is charts over there, and I'm not pulling it over here, but it's called Beggar's Fourth, and it's by Threadwork Primitives. And I had pulled out, I don't even know what kind of, did I write down? I didn't write down the fabric. I don't know, it's this color. And I'm using, it only calls for 3 colors. Red, white, and blue. Oh, and black. 4 colors. Is black technically a color even? Anyway, so what I chose was this cowboy blue from Free Spirit Designs. He doesn't make threads anymore. That's years and years ago. Scarlet Oak for the red from Victoria Motto. Black Coffee from Classic Colorworks for the bird. And this limited edition French Vanilla for the white. So those are the 4 colors that I chose for that, and I've just put it away for right now so I don't feel so petty about stuff. I'm not getting into it. Anyway, so that he's away. I have the other birds too. The other crows, I like them. I'll do them eventually. So I don't know if I'll finish him this year. Maybe. Maybe I'll just want to knock it out because it's not huge. That's the UFOs. That's why they were away the way they were. I was trying to be somewhat organized doing this. I don't look at, do I? Okay. Starts. I don't want to start too many because I want to finish a lot of what I started already. But I do have plans. There's some that I'm definitely just going to start. One of them is this Christmas one that I was getting ready to show you, and the pattern's over there again. Oh, please. Hold on. Oh, I just kicked the dog in the nose. Sorry, buddy. You okay? It's gotta be over here. I'm still looking. Still looking. I might not find it right now. Okay, I'm not going to take forever. It's in there somewhere. Anyway, it's called Christmas Eve Ride. And it is from Needle Bling Designs. Hi, Teresa. And if you haven't seen it, I only have the chart. So if you haven't seen it, some houses and a couple of trees, it's pretty simplistic. And then it has Santa and the reindeer. And it says, drum roll please. It says, may you never be too old to search the skies on Christmas Eve. And this was from last year. She released this, and we were supposed to do a stitch along with the Whole Stitch and Caboodle. There's a stitch along group called the Whole Stitch and Caboodle Sal group. And those of us that buy from Jen had decided to start that group, and I got nominated to moderate it. And we started a whole bunch of sales on there because there's some that we were like, oh, everybody needs this one. So we were like, well, let's stitch them together. So there's some sales there. If you're interested, hit me up or look for the group. The fabric I chose, this really cool fabric. Let me see if I can get a better picture. This one. It sort of looks like a night sky. Almost like a stormy night sky. I think that's going to look really cool. And I'm going to look for a name for it. I'm pretty sure it's 36 count. It looks 36 count to me. And I think I started writing down better notes since I started doing Flosstube. Since everybody's so nosy as to what I'm using. I changed almost all the colors. And I am using, oh my God, Becky. I did not write down what fabric I'm using. Crap. It might be a mysterious piece anyway. But I am using this rainbow of colors. There's a couple things in here that I had wanted to change up different colors, so like blues and stuff. So I chose my own colors because that's how I am. And there's a couple of different reds in there. Like, I'm using two different reds. One's a different red for the sleigh than the other reds. Stuff like that. But I'm using a lot of Victoria Motto sampler. And there's a couple of weeks and a couple gas in there. So, if you want to check that out, I will link that chart below. Let me... Christmas Eve Ride. I will link that chart below so you can go check it out. I knew this was going to be a long video. Excuse me. Alright. Moving right along. That's getting started. Another one that's getting started. I've been watching Donna Ray, and there's a couple people that I follow on Instagram that I can't remember the names right now. And I'm not too worried about showing the chart, but a lot of people have seen it anyway. It's the Plum Street Samplers 12 Days of Christmas. And at first I was like, nah, it's okay. And then I keep on seeing, I'm like, no, I want to do it now. So, what I did was, oh, excuse me. I went through my Victoria Motto, and I decided, because it only takes 3 colors, I decided to use, excuse me, these 3 colors. It's like a really deep green. It's called Autumn Ivy, and then Glorious Flag, that deep red, and then this is called Sunflower. The yellow is Sunflower, so it's like a nice warm golden color. I think those are going to look great. And I'm doing it. Now, I found this fabric last night when I was going through stuff. And it says DKBR 18.1840N. I got this years ago. I've had this piece of fabric for probably at least 11 years. And I got it from an estate sale, I think. A fellow stitcher had passed away and they were selling her stuff, and I think I bought it then. So I never had a clue. But excuse me while I die. No, Audrey, this is not your tissue. It's my own tissue. When I opened it up, I really liked it, and I was debating on 40 count or 36 count, because it's kind of big. And I pulled out all my fabric last night, looking for different pieces for these dimensions, the kits. And I pulled out a piece of 32 count, and it was oaken. And I don't know if they were making oaken that far back, but it's the same exact color. So I'm going to call this 40 count oaken, even if it's not technically picture this plus. But it looks exactly like it. And I think the colors look good on it. So that's my story. That's what I'm sticking to. Its mystery might be oaken, and it's definitely 40 count, so it won't be too big. And that 18.18 meant that it's actually 18 inches high and 18 inches wide. So that's getting started. There are a few others that I wrote down. Alright. Oh my god. I might have to call 911. I'd stop the video, but with the video this long, it'll never seam it together. So, deal with me, please. Okay. Great pillow. I have it kitted up. Oh, this post-nasal drip is killing me. And I only need one color. I need 3747. Close enough. I'm starting it. It's just going on white because it's almost full coverage anyway. It's got so many colors. So white will be just fine with all the colors that are going on there. And I'm using the DMC it's called for. That's getting started this year. Doesn't say it was getting finished, but it's getting started. Oh, I may have to walk out. Elegant Squid. The one that Audrey sent me. This is getting started. I showed this before on how I kitted it. Using Rami Creations threads. And I believe Needleworker's Delight, yeah, Spring Garden, 28 count, Lugana. So that's what my squiddly is going to be. And okay, I gotta go blow my nose, or I'm gonna choke for the whole entire time. Hold, please. I gotta move the piles. Look at my mess. Peekaboo. Alright. Pick this up. Sorry about that. Or I could choke to death in front of you, so. Too much to do. Too much stitching. This is getting started. This is Penny America. And it's by Trail Life Samplings. I chose my new favorite patriotic fabric is Picture This Plus. And God, why can't I think of the name of it? Ooh. Heroic. I did mostly the, for this one, I'm using mostly DMC, but I am using Blue Coat Red in Weeks. I'm also using Curry in Weeks and Chestnut and Straw. And then I chose some Victoria Motto red and a blue for it. Heritage flag, is that what it is? Oh no, it's two different blues and they're both Victoria Motto. So that's what's going on there. And then in the same bag, because I haven't started either one of them, these are definitely getting started this year though, is another needle bling. This time I was smart enough and put this in here. Spangled Happiness. I think Pam has this one. And I think she said she might want to start it. So we might actually be able to do a stitch along. Or stitch alone, that she calls it. And that one's also going on Heroic because I had a fat quarter of it. And both of them cut the piece in half. And it was enough for both of them, which was great. Again, the Heroic. And I chose all my own colors on this one. What I did was I went through my Victoria Motto. I had gotten her patriotic set. I forget exactly what she called it, but it was like a patriotic set of colors. I think there was 2 of them. And I was able to get her colors. This isn't, the fabric's not showing up great. But that's the colors, and I'll read off the colors. It's Liberty Bell Bronze. Betsy Ross is the blue. Centennial is the red. Blanc is the white. No, it's Star Spangled, which is still white. It's just white. And Freedom Gold. So those are the colors I'm using on that. She had called for Weeks in Gentle Arts. But I wanted, I knew I had the Victoria Motto patriotic set, so I knew I wanted to start using that on there. And there, you know, with the Victoria Motto threads, there's always plenty to go around, so I knew it'd be plenty to do this. So that's Needle Blings. This is a Blue Q bag. Love their bags too. I think these are like $10 or something like that. I don't know. But they're great, and they're recycled fibers. 1% of the sale of Blue Q bags supports environmental initiatives around the world. Over $250,000 donated since 2009. And this is 95% recycled material. That's a good thing, right? Help the environment. And buy a cute bag. This is also from Blue Q. So, that's my intentions. Definitely starting those. And I'm waiting for the fabric, which is on its way. I should get it tomorrow. 11s. I've been telling Kim, the distracted stitcher. She moved. She moved from Arizona. Did you see that? Anyway, I've been telling her I'm going to start it. I am going to start it. My fabric is on its way. I should get it tomorrow. Cross your fingers. Now, my dimensions kits. I told you I'm working on animal magnetism. Well, plans are, I need to be motivated to finish the one, right? because I have these other really cool ones to do. I had taken the Ada out of them and just threw them in my kit bin. I have a hamper that I put all my kits in when they're kitted, and I just threw them back in there, but I took the Ada out because I knew I didn't want to use it. Well, when I had these out, I automatically threw this back in the kit bin because I'm like, I don't have any fabric for that. Well, in looking for fabric, I forgot I had this piece. Don't die. Yes, I'm telling you what to do. Don't die. Look at this. If you look at my Instagram, there's a good picture. Look at that picture. It's more like a cobalt blue than what it's showing. It's like a really rich color. That's more like it. There you go. You see that? There's a thread. Okay. Anyway, look at that. Perfect. For Magnificent Wizard. And I figure, I know there's a glare, I figure what's going to happen is I'm not going to have to do the half stitches up here. I'll just have to do the castle and the main parts, but I'm not going to have to do any of those half stitches up here because this fabric will be plenty to give it effect that it needs. So, I don't know which one I'm going to start first after Animal Magnetism, because there's 3 here, but I was so happy to find that. I was like, ah, it was like finding a treasure. And then that's 36 count, and that is, again, Vicky Clayton. Alright, so they're getting started after I finish my dimensions. It's gotta go behind me. Okay, another one that I had fabric for, and it had to be 36 count because it's so big, and the amount of fabric, I mean, because it comes with the threads, and I knew if I went bigger, I might not have enough threads. So it's Hummingbird Wreath. I love hummingbirds. And I eyed this for so long before I finally bought it, and I've had it for a while. So I found another Vicky Clayton. And it's going to be hard to show. It's a yellow. It's got a little bit of modeling in it, and it's like a soft yellow, though. I'm trying to see. It doesn't look like a crew at all, by the way. It's just, but it's got a soft yellow to it. And it's really cool. And it's the perfect size for the wreath. So I got lucky there, again, with the Vicky Clayton. I thought I dropped the needle. Dog's like, why are you touching me? He's already irritated because I'm got my feet where he wants to lay. Okay, and then the last one, I actually asked for opinions on it last night on my Instagram, and I had 3 chosen. One was just an antique white Lagana, just plain it up. One was a green because I was sort of intrigued by the green, and then I ended up going with opal. But it's this one. And I know it shows like the brownish color, and I think it came with a beige Ada, 14 count beige Ada. So I knew I could use any count I wanted. I could use any, 28, 32, 36. And I ended up with this 32 count opal. I decided on the opal. It looks a little bit browner than it actually is. But I think that's going to look cool with those. I don't think the green would look horrible, but I do believe, I agree with somebody had said that these animals, well, I don't know, the Black Panther is in the jungle, isn't it, in South America? Anyway, doesn't matter. I think it's going to look good. So, once I finish my Animal Magnetism, then I can start one of these ones, right? I want to start one before I start, I want to finish one before I start another one. That's my plan. Because I think, technically, I can probably just stitch from stash for the whole entire year. As long as I can stop myself from buying fabric. And I don't have a huge problem buying threads, but fabrics, when I see fabrics, I want one of everything. And, I don't know, and charts, the new charts come out, and you're like, oh. So I'm going to try to hold off from that because I have so much going on anyway. And I have one other piece of really good news. Really, really good news. Remember when I said I didn't have a piece of fabric to restart Blue Flame? Which is this lady right here. I know there's glare, but I don't want to take her all out. Blue Flame, Heaven and Earth Design. I joined the 12 Days of Hade. Now, I know that their intentions were to start one Hade every day for 12 days. No. Don't think so. But I did want to join anyway, so it would make me work on Space Travelers for 12 days. Well, I can now start one, continue one. So I have two going on because I found fabric. It's the perfect size. It is 25 count. Apparently I got it on clearance for $5. And it's just an even weave, and that's all you really need. I think it's got a couple extra inches than what I need, but that's fine too. And I had the anchor floss, and I already kept all the flosses together because I said it just needed a new piece of fabric. So I will be starting her during the 12 Days of Hade also. So I'll have two Hades going on. But I'm excited for that because now I'm going to tackle it different, and I think I'll be a little bit more comfortable with it. And I found other pieces of 25 count that I had, because I do have other Hades. But I found some other pieces in that stack of fabric when I went through it. Alright, so that's everything. That's all the stuff I want to start. That's all my WIPs. We're going on almost an hour now. Here are some intentions that I had made. I want to, and I'm going to list all the hashtags and stuff below. I want people to join me, or have me join them with Stitch, and let's enable each other. So I'm definitely going to use hashtag Audrey's a scary one. We're going to stitch the scary one from Plum Street. So we're definitely going to do that. Now, I know Priscilla and Chelsea have some hashtags going on, and I know there's a couple other sales going on, so I've been trying to fit everything I have into it. So I'm definitely going to do Christmas Eve ride on the Santa Sundays, I think, because that'll give me a set day as to when to do it. Christmas Eve ride for Santa Sundays, Witchy Wednesdays they have, so I can work on Sale and Remembered for that one. Fall Friday stitching, I haven't picked one. I mean, I know Halloween can be Fall Friday also, but I haven't decided. And then there's the Halloween all year round, so. I am thinking the Stars and Stripes Saturday. That can be for the Spangled Happiness in Penny America, and even One Nation, which I also have a hashtag, One BA Nation. So Stars and Stripes Saturday sounds like a good thing. Merry Mondays, that's a Christmas one. If I really wanted to take my Christmas Eve ride over to Merry Mondays, I could do that. And I think there's a couple, I mean, I have Winter Wonderland too, right? Candy Cane Stitchers had a sale for last year, but they always have the CCS Orny sale. So if you belong to Candy Cane Stitchers, go ahead and use that hashtag if you're doing an ornament. If you don't belong to Candy Cane Stitchers, where you at? Because every time Priscilla and Chelsea mention them, I'm a moderator and I have to approve like 50 people for the week at least. So there's that. Okay, now I had mentioned the Whole Stitch Caboodle. They have several stitch alongs, so I'm going to take advantage of that too. They have the Lizzie Kate sale. The WSC Lizzie Kate sale. I'll put it below. So I'm going to use that for the little beach and a little coffee. Figured that'll help. They also have WSC SC Olivia Oakerleaf sale. I have the Olivia Oakerleaf that I need to do. They have a couple other ones, but I'm not in those right now. I'm not stitching anything that'll go that'll match up. And that's what I'm looking for. Anything that's going to match up with what I have right now. Okay, so there's one BA Nation. There's a hashtag. with the Stitcher's Coven, they have, starting January 1st, work on your WIPs. They're calling it WIP/TSC. WIP, W-I-P, lash, you know, like you have in a car, or your eyelash, LASHTSC, and that goes from January to March. There's a hashtag. You can join the group. You don't have to join the group on Facebook, but they do have a group on Facebook, and they also have the group on the hashtag on Instagram. I want to start the OMG coffee sale. If you got a coffee chart you're stitching on or want to stitch on, or you want to just mind our business, feel free to follow hashtag OMG coffee sale. There's the 12 Days of Hade. I know not everybody in the 12 Days of Hade group is going to do the hashtag, but somebody did start it on Instagram, and I'm going to follow that also and put up my stuff for that. Then there's the Dark 13 stitching, which I never really did, and I should have, because I always have some kind of Halloween something going on. So on the 13th I could do my Dark 13 stitching. And there's another stitch along I want to do. I would love it if anybody's stitching any of the Miras or Lavender and Lace or any of those other big elegant ladies and or mermaids. I want to start a sale called hashtag Bodacious Women Sale. BODACIOUSWOMENSAL. Bodacious Women Sale. And for those two, that's what I'm going to put my Midsummer Night's Fairy and my Ice Angel in. So if you're doing any of those big old ladies, join me, please. And like I said, all of my hashtags that I'm going to use, I will put in the description below. If you have any questions, definitely ask me. If you have any stitch-alongs that you know of that would fit any of my WIPs or my plans, let me know. I had asked a couple people before on Instagram. I asked a couple times, you know, if anybody's got anything going on. I am not going to do the No Start 2019. I'm not going to start the couple now and then not start anything all year. I just not going to do that, because what's going to happen is I'm going to let myself, once I finish, even once one of these small ones or something, I'll let myself grab some other kitted ones that I have. I have other things that are kitted that I went through and I put in a journal of my, I have the Cross Stitch app, and I put it in there, and I think I might do a wheel. So if it's time for me to start another one after I finish one, depends if I feel like starting another one, then I'll go and spin the wheel and pull one out of my kits. But I don't think I want to do any new kitted ones. I'm just going over my notes real quick. Only start them after I'm finished. Oh, that's my other plan. I have a lot of finishes that need FFOing. It's not like I don't know how to do it. So, I am going to try to challenge myself to do at least one, if not two or more, FFOs a month. At least one. I can eke out at least one, right? So I'll just make myself do one at least. If not, it's sometimes when I start doing the FFO and I have this stuff out and I'm like, okay, well, what else can I do? What else can I do? So it might happen like that. But if I can at least get one a month, I'll be good. And trust me, I'll have plenty for the year to finish out this year and next, at least. So, that's another plan that I have. The only things that I had planned on buying this year, because I have a whole bunch of fabric coming anyway, as soon as I finish paying off some other stuff. I have some other fabrics that are coming in. But I'm signed up for Crazy Annie's 2019 Ornament Club, and I'm reading off my notes because I want to make sure I get it right. It's the designs, they're exclusive designs by Annie Bees, and they're only through Crazy Annie's site. So if you're interested, if you like the Annie Bees stuff, I know a lot of people do, go over to Crazy Annie's site, check her out, sign up for the, I forget how much it is. You can get just the chart, which is what I'm doing. You could also sign up to get the chart and the buttons. There's different levels of what you can do. I think you can get it fully kitted every month too. There are 14 charts altogether. There's 12 and then 2 bonus charts. I'm not sure if the 2 bonus charts means that they're free, bonus, you know, as in bonus, hello, they're free, and you're only paying for 12 or not. I couldn't figure that one out before I started this, so I am getting those, and I still belong to the Victoria Motto Sampler, Floss of the Month, and I get 6 skeins. Right now I'm getting the primitives. I may change it. After a while I may just change it up, but I'm going to keep it to 6. I'm not working, so my income is pretty much what I sell, right? So I got to keep it low. I think I reached everything that I wanted. I think I'm done. And I still have some coffee left. It's a little cold, but it's still delicious. When you bring a bucket, you're going to have some left over, right? I'm glad I started a second video for this one. Alright, like I said, let me know if you want to join in. Let me know if you have anything that I can join in on. And, happy holidays. I won't see you until the new year. What's it, like the 2nd or 3rd is 2 Wednesdays from today. So I hope everybody has a safe and fun holiday. Doesn't always have to be exactly everything you wanted, but as long as you enjoy what you have, I think that's the true essence of the holiday. It's just enjoying what you have. Enjoy it. It might not be with your blood family. It might be with your chosen family. It may be with just a couple people, but be glad that you have them. Okay? And if you don't have anybody to sit with, message me. I'll message you back, I am sure. Okay? Have a great holiday, and don't forget, don't let anybody steal your sunshine.